Welcome to Coaching Unveiled. I'm James Fenimore from Fenterprises, joined as always by Jason Donahue from Level Up Fusion Coaching. Jason, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Very good, very good. So today we've got a good topic, I think a really helpful topic for people interested in coaching. It's really misconceptions on what you can come to a coaching session with or a coaching engagement with, I should say. So, we were talking about this earlier that a lot of people have this conception that it has to be these major life events or these major work events, and that's the time to bring in a coach. And we wanted to kind of, you know, yes, that's true, but also tell you about all the other great benefits from coaching. So why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, and again, just want to remind everybody, thank you for listening. And then also that our goal and target is to be able to provide the best nuggets of information we can in about a 10 to 12 minute time period. And so if there's topics that you would like us to be able to address that are related to what we are talking about, please feel free to direct message us and we'll also respond. I think that this is a great thing for us to talk about, James, on misconceptions, especially as you and I are both certified executive coaches. I think there's a misconception about executive coaching only applies to business leaders and individuals, C-suite members, and that it's only for career crisis or promotions versus there's plenty of other opportunities for us to be able to do effective coaching in.
Yeah, I think that's a great place to start because you hear the word executive before executive coach, and you assume it's a C-suite, small business owner, things like that, or those are your target markets. And as great as they are as people that we work with, no doubt about it, that is not exclusive to who we work with. I mean, we could work with anyone. A lot of times, you might even get an engagement from a C-suite level person to work with their assistant, somebody that's on the up and coming for them. But it really runs the gamut of anybody in the workplace. Anybody that's trying to improve themselves or their standing in the workplace or really has any goal can work with a coach. So I think that's the main thing that, like, if you're not an executive or you don't think you're going to be an executive for 10 or 15 years, even, that doesn't mean you can't work with a coach today. So that's a big one right off the bat, right?
I absolutely agree. And I think part of it as well is the idea of we are self-leaders. So we're the chief executive officers of our own lives. A parent is a leader, a member of a partnership in a household is a leader. And these same skills that exist within the business environment exist within our daily life environment as well. And yes, there are specialties within certain things. I know one of your specialties is relationship coaching. Part of my specialties is performance and mental performance coaching. But all these things wrap together about being a complete person, not just a quote unquote business executive.
Yeah, without a doubt. Actually, my framework is for different types of people. It's the same framework, but now I adapt it in a business setting, in a marriage setting, in a parental setting, friendship, dating, etc. So it works across the board. Whether you're dealing with your boss, a coworker, somebody that works for you, your husband or wife, your son or daughter, your parents, if you're an adult child, and maybe that's conflict, all of the coaching can be applied to all these relationships. And that's what's so beautiful about coaching, that and I think that's why we're addressing this now, because when people wait until these major life events to get a coaching engagement, they could have been working on this and perfecting this over the years. And then when these major life events come, it's just a normal coaching engagement that's continuing, and it's not a big deal. They don't have to start from scratch. They already have a lot of the tools and the skills to get ahead in what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think adding into that point too is that one of the misconceptions about coaching is waiting for the crisis to occur before I go get help. And part of this, it comes from our personal health structures. We tend to only go to doctors when something's wrong. We only seek medical treatment when something's wrong. No one really goes to their doctor often and says, I feel good. I want to feel great. Help me out. Or it's rare that people do that. I think that's the same thing, that idea of, the worst time to try to plant a tree is when you already need shade.
Yeah.
And so coaching is something that, yes, can apply to those crisis situations and is very valuable in those crisis situations. But it's also valuable too when it's non-crisis. And when are you preparing to be in the ready state? I mean, I know that that's a concept that really comes out of CrossFit. Kelly Starrett, the philosophy there about being ready for whatever challenges may come in your directions or opportunities. And that's where I think coaching is so valuable and so important, not just to wait for the crisis.
Well, we talked about this, I think, not even on the podcast, about how Michael Jordan had 9 coaches. 9. If first of all, if Michael Jordan needs 1 coach, we all need 9 coaches. If he needs 9 coaches, I don't know how many I need. But I assure you, the coaching doesn't start in the playoffs. The coaching probably primarily starts in the off season to prepare for that. That would be like, you're a flautist or a trumpet player and you're joining an orchestra. It's like, okay, let me figure this bad boy out now. I made the team. No, like that's not how this works. You want to be, honing your skills, honing your toolkit, and doing all the improving that you want to see in yourself, that you want to see in your business life, in your personal life, whatever it may be, not in the middle of a crisis, but way before. On the shade thing, like my favorite thing is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. So like, let's go plant the tree. And what's even more beautiful about coaching all around and not in those crisis moments, not only does it prepare you for the crisis moment or the promotion moment. We call them crisis moments. Some of them are wonderful moments. I'm up for a promotion. I'm up for a big bonus. I just want some coaching on how to talk about this. You can set goals now way out, 5-year goals, 1-year goals, 10-year goals, and start working towards them. So if this promotion is something that you want, you're laying the groundwork years out instead of the position's opening. They're going to fill it in the next 3 months. What do I do? That's the difference.
I absolutely agree. I think too that what you just brought up is a great example of why coaches, they're helping their clients as they're working on the desired outcomes. But more than that, we can't control the outcome. What we can control is the process. And so we're working with the client to develop those processes, those habits, and those routines that put them in the position for, if it's in the work environment, the potential promotion, the potential new opportunity. But those same skills, like you were talking about relationships a while ago, also the opportunities for increased healthy relationships in their life, healthy relationships in their family, healthy relationships with their partners. Again, yes, there are times when in crisis, coaching is valuable. But if we already have the tools to understand how we can avoid those crises and the processes to remain in neutrality to be able to take advantage of opportunities, then the moments where life does challenge us, and we will be challenged in life, we have the tool sets and processes able to respond versus now being in a panic or heavy anxiety state that maybe requires coaching and therapy, as we talked about in the previous podcast as well. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, when now you gotta have to involve a therapist, think about maybe this was avoidable, which is a great, it would have been nice to not have to do that. First of all, you got 2 bills to pay now. Somebody to handle what happened and somebody that handles where we're going. But more importantly, you want to try to avoid to even having it get there. And then also as coaches, remember, we're taking your lead. So, we haven't discussed many examples in this episode on, some of these other just everyday items that you might be wanting to work on or work towards, or these more not so much time sensitive goals, but long-term goals or just everyday goals. We'll get into those in the next episode to give you some really prime examples. One of the things, just so you know, like we had the work-life balance versus the work-life integration, whatever you want to call it, but you're, as the client, going to tell us. We're not going to tell you, we're not going to read a list of what you said to us. Okay, here's what you need, and then we start giving you direction. No, you're going to come to us with your goals. You're going to say, I would like more work-life balance. I'd like to handle my work-life integration better. I would like to, okay, now we have the groundwork. Now we know how we can handle this. When it comes to a promotion coming up where it's this, craze to get it, that's easy, right? We don't even need to do too much. So we know, okay, promotion is the key, promotion is the key, promotion is the key. But if we've had an engagement going on for 18 months, 2 years, even 6 months, we know so much more about you in discovery and how you process things and how you work towards things. When that promotion does come up in that short 3-month period, we already know how you work and we already know what makes you successful and how you can be successful. So it's so much easier to help you get that out of you in that short 3-month period. There is no learning curve there.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I'd add too, as we're looking at wrapping up today's session, again, the idea of there's a belief system that how you do something is how you do everything. And so the reflections of the small in one area reflect the large in all areas. And again, as coaches guide on the side, we're here to help you with that valuation. We're here to help you achieve those processes designed so you can get that outcome. So I'm looking forward to our next talk where we can get more into discussion about some of these specific areas.
Yeah, love to. We're looking forward to pointing it out to everybody and say, like, look, it's pretty, because for me at first, I was like, yeah, I've had people say, well, I'm not looking for a new job right now. I don't need coaching. I was like, believe me, you could use some coaching because I know I could use some coaching. I always could use coaching. So we all could use a little coaching, I think. But it's been a great time talking to you, Jason. I look forward to next time when we dig into some of these topics as examples and hopefully get some people's wheels turning.
You bet. Sounds great. And again, if anybody has any specific questions, please feel free to direct message us.
Absolutely. We're happy. We're here anytime you need us. So give us a message and shoot us some topics. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.